Pascal Nsama is a cocoa farmer in Cameroon. He inspects his farm in anticipation of the next harvest. Pascal complains of the scarcity of beans and blames the archaic everyday working conditions.
There
are a lot of challenges, as you can see. There's the climatic phenomenon that's currently raging because the fields are threatened by the climatic changes we're experiencing, especially the hot weather, which means that cocoa has to adapt to this new climate, which is very hostile, and that's why you've seen a drop in production over the years, precisely because of this challenge. The other challenge is that we need the means to modernize the way we produce cocoa. Let me explain. Instead of using old-fashioned equipment like machetes and so on, we can use brush cutters, for example, and equipment for fermentation and drying.
Nsama says half of the farmers have been losing their harvest due to the current climate condition. As a result, the price in Cameroon has risen five-fold. While the benefits of this news should accrue to large-scale producers, small-scale growers are calling for help because their cocoa is dying of diseases that are damaging the pods.
I'll give you an example. Last year there was a farmer who's producing 6 tons, but today he's only got 2. Those who had 12 have at least 5. That explains the drop, and then there's a shortage of cocoa, which explains the rise in prices.
The price of cocoa has increased on the Interprofessional Council of Cocoa and Coffee website. According to one chocolate factory owner, the price has risen from $9 to $12, a 7-fold increase. He is afraid he will shut down his business if he doesn't find a customer for the high-priced chocolate.
The reason for the price rise is that the two major producers, Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana in particular, which account for 2/3 of the world production, have seen their production fall sharply, which has also had an impact on world supply. So, making a difference, the law of economics states the supply and demand. So, there has been this price rise. But for us, particularly the manufacturers, I think we are the biggest losers. But for small producers like us, many will be forced to close down because the price has gone up from 1,000 CFA francs to 7,000 CFA francs, and that's a 7-fold increase.
Hippolyte, who works alongside cocoa growers, recognizes that the effects of climate change have been harmful to Cameroon's farmers, who have neither the means nor the resources to adapt to the situation.
Over time, production only decreases because the rains start very early or very late and are abundant. For a while, the rains stop. When the rains are abundant, there is an increase in mold, which then develops and the cocoa flowers don't give. Then, there are either severe droughts, which also prevent flowering. So there really is a wide variation in climate, which undoubtedly leads to a drop in overall cocoa production.
Local processing companies are unable to compete with the cocoa giants and are calling on the government to set up an import and export tax to be paid to them to remedy the current situation.
Another solution that is easy to apply and can easily help all the small producers and local industrialists is to impose an additional tax on the exploitation rights. The additional tax could be set at 200 CFA francs, 500 CFA francs, or even 1,000 CFA francs per kilogram, and will be pooled and distributed to the various local processors to make it easier for them to raise prices. For me, this is an ideal solution that is easy to apply.
The Ministry of Trade has decided to introduce a cash bonus for producers to help them meet the market's more stringent requirements in terms of product standard and quality. Caroline B., CGTN.